Hi, my name is Madison Coolidge, and my topic is the Iran hostage crisis of 1979. On November 4, 1979, Islamic revolutionaries overtook the U.S. Embassy in Tehran, Iran. They took 66 American hostages. In the first year, 13 hostages were released due to various reasons. In 1980, that left 53 hostages, and they were kept hostage for 444 days until President Ronald Reagan's inauguration. Iran vowed not to let the hostages go until the U.S. returned the Shah and billions of dollars that they claimed the U.S. stole from Iran. Now Carter and America were facing a horrible situation, a hostage crisis that would consume more concentrated effort by military officials than any other event since World War II. My thesis statement is that Jimmy Carter handled the Iran hostage crisis as well as he could. He put together Operation Desert One, embargoed Iranian oil and froze U.S. assets, and involved Germany as a mediator. President Carter believed that military action was going to be too risky, so he took a different approach to try to free the hostages, an economic approach. The first action that he took was only 7 days after the rebels stormed the embassy, as Carter's main focus was to get the hostages free as fast as he could. On November 11, Carter embargoed all Iranian oil to America. Because of the embargo, Iran released females, African Americans, and non-U.S. citizens because they believed that they have already suffered the oppression of American society. Carter also froze Iran assets in the U.S., which included $6 billion in gold. Now Iran wanted something America had, money, and America had something Iran had, the hostages. Carter soon realized he needed to do a military action. An economic approach wouldn't be enough to bring home the hostages. Operation Desert One took 5 months of planning and monumental training. The plan was it was going to be a 2-day affair with the use of ships, helicopters, and planes. Unfortunately, Operation Desert One wasn't able to be carried out as the mission needed 6 helicopters to work. They sent out 8, but 2 had electrical problems and another had a hydraulic failure. The failed mission wasn't Carter's fault. If the helicopters would have been functioning, chances are they would have rescued the hostages. One other action Carter took in the process of freeing the hostages was using Germany as a way to talk directly to Iran. In 1977, Gerhard Reitzel took his place as the German ambassador in Tehran. Iran was Germany's largest source of oil, so Reitzel wanted to make sure the two countries were on good terms with each other. When the Shah fled the country, the new leader took over, and Reitzel quickly came to terms with the new leader change. After the takeover of the U.S. Embassy, Reitzel was one of the few Western diplomat officials in Iran that the new leader would trust. In early 1980, Reitzel obtained permission to visit the hostages. In May 1980, the U.S. approached Reitzel and Germany for help to free the hostages because they knew this would be one of their best chances to negotiate with Iran. Negotiations began in September 1980. The U.S. offered Iran that the U.S. would attack Iran and $6 billion in assets and gold would be released. Also, there was an agreement that access to the Shah's fortune would be made accessible. Carter has said that without the help of Reitzel and Germany, he thinks that the conversation would have fell apart and they would have never made the progress that they did with Iran. Soon after this, the hostages were released. Today you can see effects from this topic. Iran and the US don't have a good relationship with each other, nor the Middle East. This gave both countries a reason not to like each other, and it's what started Iran's hatred towards America. This was America's first time dealing with Islamic terrorism, and it wasn't our last, as we're still battling it today.